guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed a super quick polished look in under 15 minutes, mostly using cream-based products because they are the simplest makeup to work with. You may have noticed I switched on a feature called Super Thanks, and it's a way for you guys as viewers to support channels if you feel like they're bringing you value. But I'm going to do mine in collaboration with some local charities. So I have a charity up the road from me called Little Havens Hospice, which is for children with incurable conditions. So the Super Thanks feature and membership features are ways for creators to earn extra money. Because I've never asked you guys for anything, I'm always still happy to provide this content free of charge for you guys. I've turned Super Thanks on in hope that if you decide that you are getting value from my content, you'll donate a little something that will help me to continue doing what I'm doing, but it will also help my chosen charity. I just wanted to share that with you guys. There's no obligation to part of any money. You don't have to. You can continue to watch my videos free of charge. So Little Havens Hospice is the charity of today. So thank you in advance to anybody that does decide to donate. I really appreciate it. So if you want to see how to achieve this really super quick polished look, keep on watching. This will be nude sticks heavy because they are one of my favourite brands when it comes to cream-based products, and I still think that they are super underrated. I don't really ever reach for these. This is their tinted blur stick. I have a couple of different shades. They are really only a tinted foundation, and I do tend to opt for something that's kind of sheer but with a little bit more coverage, and I often use a liquid. So I'm going to use these today because, as you know, I'm oily combination, and I feel like these would work well because they are a tinted blur stick, so they will kind of blur fine lines, pores, wrinkles, but without being heavy on the skin. I've got the shade Nude 3 Light and Nude 2 Light. So the nice thing about this is you can go in with this on the skin first, and then anywhere you want additional coverage, you can just use a concealer. So let's go in with this. This is Nude 3. Which I think is going to be quite good. So I'm going to pop this all on the centre of the face. You can blend this in with your fingers or a brush. I've just got an SPF on my face that has the micro encapsulating beads that change to give a little bit of coverage. I did do a video on that the other day. Again, you can go in with your fingers. I'm just going to use a sponge to press that into the skin. These come in an array of colours. So whether you are really fair or quite deep, they do have colours to suit. What I would say about this product is you definitely want to hydrate the skin before you apply it, and also if you are slightly dry, I have some dry patches on my skin at the moment because I'm using tretinoin. If you have some dry patches, this will cling because it's kind of creamy but with a mattifying blurring capability. So if you have dry skin, it will cling, but it is very lightweight, so it won't be like super noticeable. But if you are of a drier skin type, then you might want to opt for something that's more hydrating. You wouldn't typically use a product like this with a beauty blender, but because my skin's dry, I don't want to drag up any areas that are flaking. So instead I'm pressing it into the skin rather than emphasising those areas. They also have smaller versions, but on the back it seems to be the same kind of weight, so I don't know if they've just slimlined the packaging and this is the new one, or whether it actually is a travel size because the weight is the same, so who knows. I'm going to add a little bit more coverage using this concealer by Nude Sticks. This is the Nude Fix Cream Concealer. I have the same shade as the foundation, which is shade 3. I may go in for a slightly lighter shade just underneath the eyes, but I think for winter skin, in terms of coverage, this one would be good. So again, I'm going to put this just through the centre of the face where I get a little bit of redness and I want a little bit more coverage. And again, I'm going to use my Dampen Beauty Blender to work that in. I love Nude Sticks. I love everything about them. I love that they're cruelty free. I love that they try to be eco-friendly. They also do skincare, which is really lovely as well. I do have a Nude Sticks discount code. I mention it in every single video because Nude Sticks always appears in all my tutorials somewhere along the line. So if you use the code Shonagh, it will get you 10% off nudesticks.com. They do ship worldwide and they ship to the UK, and I've never had a problem with customs. So if you are in the UK and you want to make use of the discount code, definitely order from their main website. You can get them on other places such as Cult Beauty, but you can't use the discount code on there. So I'm going to put this around the eyes as well. I love this because it's so lightweight, but it just gives enough coverage that it doesn't feel cakey. Bounce that over the areas. But again, you can just use your fingers to work this in. You could also use the Nude Sticks Buff and Blend brush. As you can see, it's dual ended and the small side is great for applying any colours that are cream based or liquids around the eyes. You could also use it with powders, but this is a cream based tutorial. I actually had a comment the other day asking if I could do more powders, but the thing is, as you start to age, powders kind of aren't always your best friend. They can be beautifully done, but I don't know why I would want to opt for powders when I know creams are definitely going to make me look younger. They just hydrate the skin. Even if you're oily, you still want hydrating products. So the skin looks beautifully natural, just much more even and much more flawless. I'm now going to go in with these all over face colours. I have two shades here. I have Terracotta Tan and Bondi Bay. Bondi Bay is slightly cooler, Terracotta Tan is a little bit warmer. So this is going to softly sculpt the face. So we're going to add this into the hollows of the cheeks, a little bit in the temple, a little bit around the hairline. We're just going to take a little bit of that down the sides of the nose. I'm going to use the bigger side of the Buff and Blend brush to buff that into the skin. You don't want to take this lower than the hollow of the cheek, so keep it where you've placed it and then buff it upwards. So use a stippling motion. You also don't really want to bring it too far forward because it doesn't really make the face look drawn in. So either keep it to the outer corner of the eye or the middle of the iris and then buff that into the skin. In terms of blending out this line here, just keep bouncing over until it softens. You don't want to completely take it away because we are still sculpting the face, but we want it to be much softer, so just keep bouncing. You can then also go in with your beauty blender and bounce that over the top. It will pick up any excess product and give a much softer finish much quicker, as you can see. You can also use the smaller side down the sides of the nose to help blend in this nose contour. You don't have to contour your nose at all. It just brings a little bit of warmth to the centre of the face and it also adds a little bit of shape. You don't have to do this, but I do think that you should put a little bit of bronzer just across the tip of the nose if you don't want to put it down the sides if you've already got a very thin nose. Because we haven't set our skin, the cream-based products blend beautifully into our base makeup. If you go in with powder before you apply creams, you tend to run into a bit of a problem, which then becomes a bit cakey. Nude Sticks do some of the most beautiful blushes. As you know, I'm such a fan of the Nudies Bloom collection. It's one of those makeup products that I initially was like, okay, that's definitely not for me. I can't be in that category because it has a dewy finish, and when you are oily combination, you tend to steer away from like super highlighted reflective products. Until I saw this in action, I went to a live event with Nude Sticks and I was blown away that I was so excited. When I got my parcel on the table, I put it straight in my bag. I was like, okay, make sure nobody takes this from me, because now I'm super excited that there's a product out there that I can use that isn't going to melt away off my face, and it's not going to be light reflecting particles that enhance skin texture. So the Nudies Bloom collection comes in a range of different shades. It is a dewy finish, but there's no light reflecting particles in it. So you could call it a flat colour, but because it is dewy, it's light reflected. It will bounce the light back off of your face and create a nice beautiful glow, but it doesn't enhance skin texture. It almost gives you like glassy skin. The formula itself is very grippy, so it stays to the skin all day. It's always there when I take it off in the evening, and I absolutely love it. I use it on all clients. So if you do want to try it, make sure to take advantage of the discount code. That way you can get 10% off. I know not all products are necessarily affordable, but if you can get a little bit off, then it's great. My favourite shade is Sweet Peach Peony, as you know, but they do some lovely colours. Got some that are slightly cooler, some with a bit more of a red undertone. They do a few different formulas. You can get it in a matte luxe shade, so it's not quite reflective, but the Nudies Bloom is my ultimate favourite. I adore it. I am going to use the Sweet Peach Peony today. I love that you can use it all over the face. It doesn't just have to be on your cheeks. I love that you don't need a highlighter with it because it does reflect the light, so you don't need to apply a ton of different products. Obviously, if you're not new to my channel, you know I love it. I've used it millions and millions of times. On the lips, I'm going to use this Nude Sticks lip glaze. I'm actually going to pop a little bit of the Nudies Bloom on first to give a base colour. There's a Kinder Bueno-esque taste to this. It's so nice. I don't know what it is. I have the lip balm version of this scent, Whenever I get it out, Tommy's like, can I have some please? The part for me that really pulls these colour looks together is when you apply a little bit of translucent powder. I know that sounds really bizarre, but when you take away the shine where you don't want it, the skin looks so much more flawless and polished. Nude sticks do a blot and blur stick, so if you want to keep it on the nude sticks vibe and you don't want too much to your skin, this might be for you. My personal favourite is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. For me, there is nothing like it. It is a finishing powder rather than a setting powder, but the finishing powder for me is all I need. It doesn't go cakey, it's much more finely milled, so it just looks nicer on the skin. These are the ones I've already got through recently, and as you can see I needed to get another one, but I don't want to throw them because there's still product in this. So when I'm just dusting over my eyes or setting around my eyes, then I'll use what's left in these, but I just purchased a new one, so it's lovely and shiny and new. So I'm going to take a powder puff, I will link these below for you, and then you just pat on a small amount and you'll see that it just makes your skin look much more flawless. Because it's a finishing powder, it adds this soft kind of finish to the skin that just looks airbrushed. It's so nice. Over my eyes, I'm going to use this Nude Sticks Magnetic Luminous Eye Colour in the shade Bright Eyes. This is really, really pretty. We're going to keep it super simple. We're just going to go in with this over the entire eyelid. You can work with these with just your fingers. You can use a brush to blend it in. They're really convenient for travel because you can just work it in with your finger. You don't need brushes. I did a whole tutorial once upon a time, many moons ago, just using my fingers. I did everything with just my fingers. Obviously not mascara because I needed the mascara wand. So you've basically got like a very soft smoky eye in a matter of seconds. I'm also going to take that underneath my lower eyelash line. Again, soften it with your fingers. That's kind of like a taupey shade. It has a slight kind of purpley undertone to it. It's really pretty. I'm going to take the shade Chocolate and run that close to the root of my eyelashes, just on the outer edge. So look down into a mirror, raise your brows a little bit to stretch the skin, and run that really close to the root of your eyelashes. It will make them look fuller. And it's a really quick way to add a really subtle liner, but without being too distinctive, too precise, and you can't really go wrong. Once these set in place, they don't move. So if you've got hooded eyes, you can still use these products. Then you want to go in with some mascara. Today I'm just going to use this new one by Loreal. It's the Telescopic Lift. This is really good. I have noticed a tiny bit of flaking, and if I've not set the outer edge here, and I'm spending a lot of time looking down on my phone, it does tend to smudge a smidge, but I do like it for the price. This is definitely way blacker than the original. So you can see that's pretty good considering that's just one coat on my top and lower eyelashes. So I've just popped on some individual lashes on the outer half of the top lash line, and that is my super simple polished look. So if you're going somewhere and you don't have a lot of time, I feel like this is a really good look because you can do it with sort of like 10-15 minutes. I can't tell you how quick and easy cream based products are to use. It's taken me longer to do this because I'm obviously explaining it to you guys and talking you through it, but if you're in the zone, you've got your music on, or you've got coffee on the go and you're in the zone, it won't take you more than 15 minutes to do this because the eye makeup is super quick. You saw, you just swipe it on and then blend it in with your finger. A lick of mascara, you don't even have to pop some falsies on. You can put a strip lash on and it'll take you no time at all. I will link my lash hack tutorial on screen for you in case you want to see the quickest way to apply an eyelash. Don't forget, if you'd like to try nude sticks for yourself, don't forget to use my discount code. I'll also link all the products I've used in the description bar in case you want to shop directly from the video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button below. It's absolutely free. You can follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram at MakeUp, and I'll see you on Sunday with another video. Bye guys.